Over the last decade, I've raised millions of bugs and built a billion-dollar pipeline of nature-based waste to ag infrastructure projects. We're coming to make you eat Z-bugs. AMA. My name Michael Place. I am the Chief Eco-Technology Officer at Chapel Farms. Over the last decade, I've raised millions of bugs that are now driving a $1 billion project pipeline of sustainable infrastructure. Our pipeline clients have a big problem: organics waste. I solve it by designing custom, high-efficiency insect farms that can be co-located next to the waste streams. Max efficiency, where the insects transform costly waste into valuable local animal feed and high-value biofertilizer products. AMA. Proof. https twitter.com/chapolfarms/1637836856384532480. Why isn't everyone already doing this? Ask me and I'll provide some answers. First of all, there's a lot of confusion surrounding what role insects can play in reducing fragility in the food and agriculture system. And I'm certain most are unaware of how powerful this truly can be. I started more than 10 years ago as a lone ranger on a community level. Man versus waste. I biked around the Jersey City, Gold Coast, hauling loads of food waste back to my own DIY system in my house. Yep, where I was experimenting with my own BSFL colony for years. This might sound wild. It was. But I was experienced in managing home insect colonies, beekeeping, and have been tinkering with my waste for decades. Composting. Today, I have a team at Chapel Farms bringing this solution to industrial scale. Perhaps in the nick of time. Backed by a leading sustainable infrastructure engineering partner, Nexus PMG. Our loonshot impact will come from building a business that can reintegrate insects back into our food system to perform this crucial tasks they were actually evolved to perform. For example, did you know that insects can consume organic waste at industrial scales, create naturally nutritious protein and fat for animals? We don't actually need humans to eat them. Locally produce better than synthetic fertilizer that heals soil and allows it to capture more carbon than all the trees in the world. It's so common sense that it's been overlooked for decades for its potential to close some of the biggest open loops that threaten our food system. Hundreds of millions of tons of organics are landfilled annually and billions in total. We just need to reweave insects, a keystone species, back into the food system so they can perform all their natural tasks like eliminating waste, improving soil health, biofiltering, and efficiently producing local animal feed and fertilizer ingredients. Back to CHAPUL Farms. They were building a pipeline with the potential to deploy $1 billion into the insect industry, leveraging years of pioneering the space. What did that even mean? They figured out how to most efficiently scale insect solutions. Instead of just building an insect farm to sell bugs into feed and fertilizer markets, they wanted to offer custom insect farms as solutions to the growing challenges faced by big food businesses with large volumes of organic waste. This closed-loop, nature-based solution was truly a win for the business, its clients, and the world. It started to click. Offer a profitable way for existing ag businesses to work toward true zero waste. Sell a way for farmers to turn waste costs into revenue streams. Build infrastructure that can produce local fertilizer and feed products without monoculture and petrochemical inputs. Replace landfills with insect farms. I joined forces with Chapel Farms 5 years ago because I believe the founder, Pat Crowley, team, business model, and our solution are so deeply aligned with my values and the needs of the world right now. Incorporating insects into food systems may be the most meaningful environmental and economic action the world can take and scale. There's no silver bullet, but if I could only invest in one thing to better the world, it would be insect agriculture, and I've put my money and years of dedicated effort where my mouth is. This is the moment I've been building towards for my whole career. I'm here, metaphorically and literally, in some way because of you. We want to invite you to join for the next part of this journey. Since our Series A qualifies for a Reg D 506(c) exemption, we are able to ask for investment support from any accredited investor who sees our vision for the future, not just, often short-sighted, VCs whose priorities often influence the direction of critical innovation. The closer you look, the more you will see that insect ag makes sense and has a massive role to play in the future of our food system. We're thrilled to be pioneers in an industry that delivers true impact and the potential to scale massively, profiting from solving our biggest food challenges. In partnership with nature, you're invited.
This AMA has been coordinated with your mod team. Please provide good fellowship. The host has signed off for today. 6:09 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What methods do you use to avoid transmission of parasites and other pathogens?
Well, you might say we take a fresh look each time we engage a client to conduct feedstock trials. But in general, this is one of the most remarkable aspects of BSFL. Time and again, they, and their microbial symbionts, are able to reduce or eliminate numerous pathogens and create greater microbial balance during the bioconversion process. There are now studies showing BSFL can drastically reduce several antibiotic-resistant bacterial strains, as well as reduce the impact of a coronavirus that affects poultry. Not that coronavirus. They can break down various mycotoxins and even a number of synthetic compounds, including multiple pesticides and antibiotics. We still take great care, as any biological system can become imbalanced and parasites or opportunistic microbes can present a challenge. But on the whole, we are working with process that can swing that pendulum in the other direction and reduce them when managed properly. I'm a consultant in solid waste engineering, and I'm curious how I can help you. And you can help me. I honestly think food waste disposal is currently the biggest waste management challenge we face. It's around 25 to 35% of the waste stream, and the typical reuse application, composting, is uneconomical. The soil produced is generally fairly low quality and is often difficult to find a reuse application for. EPA has pushed trying to find better uses than composting, but they're often niche or with even worse economics. I think feeding bugs really could be the primary way to manage food waste. I've pitched this off-handedly to some innovation-friendly communities, but the first mover challenge here is huge. There are no vendors to bid on the project. There's not much an existing market for the byproduct or the soil, etc. So what's the next step to reach community-scale adoption of this process? How can I help someone like you break into that market? If you saw an RFP for providing community food waste management, would you respond?